All right, I'm unmuted. Let's see how this goes. I guess I need to take this off too. Welcome to the Goggin. Well, BTHL ship. You want a mic, Cindy, or no?
Oh, I think it's a bad idea.
They can just listen to you off of my mic. Hey, there's Hey, hold on a second. There's pistachio donuts up here in my wagon
with pecan and cardamom.
Some shit that Matt Francis decided he wanted. Where is Matt?
Your wife too.
Where is Matt? He's not on the bench. Is his team playing? Is Addie's team playing over on the other rink?
I'm just asking.
I think go.
I'm asking the wife.
All right. Well, the word's out. Anybody that's in the Oxford area, there's some Jupiter experimental pistachio donuts. There's Easton right there. We should put him on mic.
Oh, is that Easton?
Yeah.
Oh, just play around then.
Hey, Cordy said to give you a microphone. Well, warm-ups. It looks like Luke's going to be in net for this game. It was originally going to be Markwell and Geneva, and she wants to play Miami. So I guess she has some friends she wants to compete against, which is fine. We'll let Luke handle it. So hopefully Justin's on, I'm sure. Let me, actually, while I'm sitting here, I might as well get the chat pulled up. I have them way behind. So this entire system crashed on me. I had to uninstall everything, rebuild everything. It was a pain in the butt last night. So bear with me. The YouTube live control, of course, it's not logged in. So watch warm-ups and I'll work on this, see if I can get the chat pulled in here. I'll go ahead and mute myself. All right, well, I didn't get a microphone to Cindy yet. I got one for Addison. She just showed up. She mostly got the word that the pistachio donuts were here in the wagon. So she showed up and she got a microphone, so she's going to help out. It's like getting the band back together from Fort Wayne.
Oh, my gosh.
Was that Fort Wayne where we were at? Yeah. I don't have your suit, though.
I know.
Sound drop. Yeah, sound drop because I muted because I'm trying to get us logged in there, Marcia. Complete sign in. I'm trying to get the chat pulled up. Enter your password. Confirm on here. We're working on it. We'll get the chat pulled up here. It'll be great.
Okay.
And boom. We got 7 viewers.
Oh, have fun.
One of them's me. All right, well, it looks like we're going to get started with this game. We're going to face the Columbus Flames. I think they got moved into this. Did they get moved up or down?
I have no clue.
Do we know anything? I've been with Cordy all season, so I really don't know much.
I've been dealing with my own team all season.
Did y'all just play?
No, I have one game at like 6:45.
Oh, I thought it said it on the board that you were playing like now. Chat. That's what we need. Oh, wow, that's really... Oh, there we go. Chat is Really? There we go. Now we got the chat up. Let's see. All right, Marcia's on there. She says, let's go Cyclones. Justin's on. He says, go Cyclones. Let's get this on. They're going to drop the puck here in Miami. Woohoo! All right, well, Cyclones win the draw. And they're going to bring it up to Finley. Finley in, dumps it, and I wish I had changed my contacts for a fresh pair, but I didn't. So Benny's along the far wall, gets kicked out back into the neutral zone to Zach. Zach back to Benny, back in the neutral zone and dumped in by Grayson.
I'm gonna throw this out real quick.
Well, just remember your hot mic, so if you start talking to somebody.
I know.
Oh, sorry. And that'll ice, and we'll get reset back in the defensive zone. Sorry, I was talking to Addison before she walked away, and I kind of pointed the camera up towards the ceiling. My bad. Draw kind of goes weird, but Santos ends up with it, and it'll go right into the goalie, and the goalie will cover, and they'll reset. Once again, pistachio donuts, center ice in the main pad in my wagon. Come get them.
Neighbor, go away.
Pam wants one? Here, help.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, everyone knows that Pam wanted one.
I do recommend them. I just had one. They're great.
All right. Puck behind, try to center Santos, and then back up the center, but and take those cowbells and throw them away. You've moved up in the league. They're not allowed. Get rid of that crap. Sorry, Columbus Flames bringing the, and that's a check along the far board, but no call. Wasn't a lot of calls in the last game. Columbus Flames trying to get it out of their zone. Up to Simon. Simon backhands it in, but then into a Columbus player. Columbus player tries to get back out of the zone. Simon's got it clear, gets it back in the zone. Santos gets it, and up to Landon, and Landon shoots wide, goes back behind into the far corner. Dumps back into the neutral zone on the far wall. It's very chaotic, a little slow to get going. Benji wipes out, and they'll reset and get a change. Nolan Trube all alone coming up the near board. Loses it. Zalen's got it. He's going to do Around the World We Go. 10U hockey at his best, playing in his last year of 12U. Luke will go for the cover. He's seen enough of the Around the World. Let's not try to go coast to coast. Coast to coast is not going to work at this age. Let's just play the puck. What's up?
Nolan's making friends out here.
Of course he is. Nolan always makes friends with people. Nolan behind the net, up along the far board to Poulter. Poulter loses an edge, and
seems to be a lot of basketball.
Looks like 6-7 tries to get it out of the zone and dumps it deep. It has enough to ice, and they will call the icing. And we'll reset in our defensive zone. You'll have to excuse the Columbus parents. They like the cowbells and they like to yell. Need to score on them a couple times. That'll shut them up. Maddie there. Madeline got it at center ice. She's trying to figure out what to do with it. She dumps it behind near the near wall and back to True, back in the zone. He's going to try to kick it up the wall. That goes into the neutral zone. Back to the Columbus. Back to Nolan. Gets past Nolan's going to slip back behind into the near corner. Up along the near wall. Back out. Zalen. Zalen's got it. Doesn't, loses it. Matt's trying to get hold of it. We are not playing like a team that's been playing together all season right now. It's kind of chaotic. There's no talking going on. It's just chaotic. I'm not sure what's going on, but we're going to have to lock in if we're going to do anything in this tournament. And Addie gives up her mic quickly. She's done with this. She's going to go for a walk. So I'm all alone again. Zalen's got it along the far wall. He's going to skate it all the way down. Doesn't look up for a pass ever. And then he'll throw it into the far corner. Once again, it's behind the net, and he trips over a stick. And no Cyclones there to help. Madeline's still out there. She's going to run it up to neutral ice. Columbus has got it, and they're going to run it in number 9 there. And Grayson's going to go around the world, but he gives it up and actually passes it up. Gets it up to James. James tries to get a dump. Dump's only halfway into the zone. Columbus recovers. Benny's out there trying to make something happen. Grayson's there. Grayson's a lot of work along the near wall. And it pops back down behind the net. Zach Carlson gives it chase. I apologize about the camera. Benny's got it. He's going to try around the world. Up the far wall. Up to Finley. He gets kicked out to a Columbus player, and they're going to try to bring it in. Benny's there. Fighting for it along the near wall in the offensive zone. There goes the cowbells. I wish those things would just... should be illegal. Yep, James keeps it back in the neutral zone. Finley gets a little elbow to the Columbus player. Columbus player loses an edge. Benny's got it at the blue line, but can't get it into the offensive zone. And Carlson, cross ice to Finley. Finley back to James. Back to Finley. Now it's dumped deep enough. No ice. Finley's got it. We go for a change. Benny's still out there. Finley gives a little shove. Columbus parents don't like it, but that's hockey. We're not playing soccer. And Carlson gets a shot. No cover. 34 still got it. Finley's trying to get something. Benny's got a good shot on it. Centering pass worked out. Goalie's able to recover. And Simon can't lose an edge on the blue line, and Francis be able there to pick it up. We'll get off sides as Benny's trying to get out of the zone. That was an excellent opportunity lost there where we couldn't just get that one past the goalie. Great stops by the Columbus goalie. So we'll change. We'll get Owen, Santos. I can't see who's on the other side. Landon. Simon stays out with Benji. Columbus wins the draw. They're going to bring it in the zone. They got some fancy footwork and a shot. Good stop by Luke. Puck stuck on the back of the net, and I'm not sure why the whistle was called. The puck was still loose. I guess because it landed on the net, they stopped play. So we'll get a defensive zone reset. Columbus wins the draw again. Columbus dumps it deep behind the net. Simon up to Landon. Landon can't handle it. Gets up to Santos. Santos knocks it down. Deflects, but back out to Owen. Now Santos trying to get a lane that Columbus is able to block, but Simon backhands up to Santos. Santos brings it in. Cleared. Up along the wall. Behind the net. No chase. And I'm not sure why they're not clicking, but if it gets tossed up behind the net, you got to chase it, guys. It's right here in front of us along the near wall. Now Owen's going to bring it in. Try it. It gets knocked back. Benji's going to try to get hold of it. He's going to kick it in. Gets kicked off of a skate from a Columbus player, then rebounds back to his stick, and then he kicks it in not quite to the goal line, and then that will go out. Now Nolan's got it. He quickly taps away, gets away from it. That will go for an icing, and Nolan could have took a step or two and not iced it, but he just wanted to get rid of it as quick as possible. Columbus wins the draw again. We haven't been able to win a draw all night. Columbus shoots it from the blue line, tries to get it in, pass deflected by a Cyclones player, 67, Ashton. Now we get back out to Zalen. Zalen actually passes it to the cherry picking Matt Poulter. Matt Poulter with a shot, stopped by the Columbus player. Matt Poulter just hanging out on the blue line waiting for a pass. It's a textbook cherry picking going on there. We'll take it, but I don't know if I'm okay with it. It's a little bit unorthodox. Didn't even notice it back there. We actually win the draw there in our offensive zone. Gets knocked down. Ashton gets knocked down, and Columbus tries to get it out of their zone. Pass it up the near wall. It's going to run into the neutral zone. Nolan's skating backwards. Shot goes wide. Down the backside into the far corner. Zalen's there. Zalen lost his stick, so now he's going to play soccer. And goes and gets his stick. Ashton recovers. And now Nolan's going to give it a chase up the near wall. Doesn't look for the pass and just passes it blindly up past Madeline. Madeline doesn't know what to do with it. Then it goes the other way. Now we're out of the zone, back in the neutral zone. Matt loses a footing. And now we're having some fun here in the neutral zone. Madeline ices it, and they'll get a reset back here in the defensive zone. Our bench is clapping. I'm not sure what for. We could take a couple steps and not ice it and just dump and change. Somebody's got a Xbox 9000 hung on the glass here, which is pretty cool. Jose would be proud, from Cordy's team. So 0-0, 3:34 left in the first. That shot goes to James Mammock. Mammock goes up against the far board, and once again goes to James. Can't get it quite out. It's just hitting right there at the blue line. Let's try to get it. All right, now it gets out of into the neutral zone, and it's going to slowly wobble down. It's not going to be an icing. And Benny's there to intercept that pass from the Columbus player. He's got a lot of pressure. He's trying to get it up to Finley. Finley gets swamped. Now Francis is there. Mammock out there playing D is able to deflect it to keep it in, but then it comes out. Oh, it's on the blue line. Now Benny's back in the corner, ready for it, looking for a centering pass. Nobody home, and Finley was almost there, one step away from having it being their center. They're looking for a call. I guess because the parents raised their hands, the ref raises his hand. That was a little bit of a weak roughing call. These kids will be in 14U in less than a year. I don't know if I would have called that roughing. But so we'll go on the kill and we'll send out our penalty kill line if we have one, which looks like it's Mammock. Excuse me, not Mammock. It's Owen, Santos, Benji. Shot deflected off of Simon's stick down in front of our goal, and then that'll kick out to the point there for the Columbus. Columbus kicks it back in. Simon's going to give one of those famous slap shots, but it whiffs, hits a Columbus player's stick, and now it's back in the corner. Columbus is able to keep it in. Now Benji's trying to do something with it. He can't get hold of it, and he gets just basically by 6-7 on Columbus doing some fancy footwork right around Benji. Couldn't get hold of it. And now we're back out to the point for Columbus. Columbus shoots between the legs, Zamdor shot, and Columbus is starting to cycle, somewhat of a resemblance of a cycling. And now Santos got it pinned against the board on the far wall. That gets kicked by Columbus. Let's try to get it out of the zone, boys. Just kick it out. And there's a weak backhand from Simon, gets it out into the neutral zone. Not enough for anyone to get a change. And 9 for Shelton gets a kick. That's a perfect textbook blocker save by, and then Owen decides he's gonna give a little push after they go after Luke after he's got it covered. So it was an excellent blocker save, then a rebound save by Luke. So Luke's keeping us in this right now. Minute 35, 0-0 still the score. And 6-7 for Ashton will take the draw. He wins the draw, kicks it out, but Matt Poulter's not able to get up to it. Madeline just blindly passes it up into the neutral zone right to a Columbus player. That Columbus player kicks it back into number 1 that was sitting on the blue line, and now it's back in the corner with Nolan Trube. Columbus able to keep it in. Excuse me, we're off the kill, so that penalty kill is over. So no harm, no foul on that. And we'll go 1:12 left in the first, and we'll reset down here in the offensive or defensive draw. So Columbus won the draw, but it went got deflected back to the Cyclones player, and they're going to call that offsides, and they'll get a reset on the far dot right in front of the Cyclones bench. No line change. We'll keep it the same. It'll be Madeline, Matt Poulter, Ashton, Simon, and True. I think no. Excuse me, Zaylin Harmon out there. That'll kick off and be an icing, and we'll reset in our offensive zone. Still no change. Be a great time to get a fresh set of legs on the ice when we're in our offensive zone, but what do I know? .9 seconds left in the first. Columbus wins the draw. Backhands it back. Madeline's there in the mix along the near corner, and she's battling. Puck pops out. Trube's able to keep it in. Poulter's there. Columbus player tries to skate it out of the zone. Skates it up to one of the players waiting on the green line. Zaylin throws a little shoulder. No call, which it shouldn't have been. Just a little love tap there. And that's a glove down by Luke. Luke's definitely locked in right now, as that came from center point. Shot with a little bit of heat on it. 25.9 seconds left in the first. Luke's keeping us in this. We're favored by a few points to this team, and we sure aren't playing like we are. So I got a "Go Flames Go" chant to my left. Nothing coming from the Cyclones parents. They've basically given up on the season, and they ice it for no reason. They're out there for a second. I'm surprised they don't line change, because this is the way they do us. Anyways, they'll leave out. It's got James Mamet, Benny Canterbury, Finley Ray, Zach Carlson, and Grayson Francis out there. Win the draw, kicks it up to the Columbus player, up to Benny. Benny kicks up along the near wall, trying to get it up in our zone. We only have 1.6 seconds, and that'll end the period, and we'll go into the second period, tied 0-0. Shots on goal are pretty much even. 7-5. I'm not sure who the guest and who is the home team on this one. And I'm not sure if the scorekeeper actually knows about keeping proper shots on goal. So we'll go in the second period. I'm going to read some text messages. I'm sure I got some lively ones. Well, at least the Columbus players got some energy. We still haven't got any there. It looks like we're going to start. We'll start the second. So we'll start the second with. Well, Started out with a different line out there. The line that was out there only got about 20 seconds in the second, but that's how the season's gone. They don't know what the hell they're doing on as far as line changes. So I guess this is what line they want to go with. The other lines seem to be having a little more cohesion. I do like Santos being out there, but we'll go with Landon, Owen, Santos, Benji, and Simon to start the second period. Got some stick tapping along the well, there's a first aid kit just sent from the penalty box across the ice to our. Somebody must have got a little cut or something. So. We lose the draw, but then it kicks back to Santos. Santos got it. He's going to bring it in. He's all alone. Nobody wants to come up there and try to get in the slot with him. Weingarter's there. Now Santos in the corner. Across to Landon. Landon looks at the center. He passed. Santos gets a kick on it. The back rebounded by Landon. Landon gives a little shot. Gets deflected by the goalie and back behind the net. Back out to the centering, but Owen can't get a stick on it. Another centering pass to Owen. And he did get a stick on it. Back across. We got lots of action behind the net. Columbus comes up with it, and they're going to bring it out of the zone. And Simon can't keep up with it. Bounces over a stick, and the Columbus player's got it. And loses it right at the blue line. And that should be an offsides. I guess they don't check. These refs don't know what offsides is because they have clearly a Columbus player deep in the zone and no call on that. But back on us. Excuse me, that was our zone. It was one of our players were offside. Excuse me. Santos gives chase. He's been out there for a bit now. All these kids have been out there. We should look for a dump and a change, but we're not doing that this season. We're going to wear our legs out on every line, except for the third. Landon's got it. He's tired. Looks up to Simon. Simon looks up, gets in across the center ice and dumps it deep, and they do go for a change finally. Not a fast one. Landon stays out. He looked like he was the most tired one of them all. Poulter's out there doing circles on the circle. And now ice it down and we'll reset back in the defensive zone. So now we will probably get a change. He'll go with Poulter, Madeline, Payne, Harmon, Trube. Axel says he likes turtles. He evidently watching at home. Poulter can't get a hold of it, and Columbus goalie is able to cover it as it deflects back off of, I think it went off of Poulter's own skate or something and back to the goalie. He just covers it. Wants to see a reset. Columbus will get a somewhat of a change here. Columbus wins the draw, goes behind the net, back up to Columbus along the far wall. Nolan puts shoulder on it. Good job, Nolan, on that. And he kicks it up cross ice to Poulter. Poulter's right here on the near board. Head down. Get your head up, boy. Looking for glory. Goes way high. He's shooting for the moon. Even my camera went high on that one because I saw it looked like it was going to go into a field goal range. 39's got it for Columbus. He kicks it up the board off of Nolan. Madeline's got it. She's got some room. Up to Poulter. Poulter's stick gets lifted in front of the net. And then Zalen goes wide. And then Payne whiffs hard. Zalen out there brings it, kicks it backhanded. Madeline wasn't ready to, she was trying to thinking it was offsides. They're going to kick it up in the bench, and Greg Trube takes a little bruise for the road for the season off the elbow as that hits him and drops there, right there. Geneva says, puts her glove out like she was gonna catch it, but she thought he had it. All right. So we'll go with the Canterbury Francis Finley line. with Mammock and Carlson out there. Still keeping it in the zone this period at least. Mammock off the point, shallow point, kicks it up into the slot. Couldn't handle it. Now it's going up the far board. Grayson's all over the place. He's able to get hold of it. Now a 6-7 from the Columbus gets hold of it, and he kicks it up ice. And Mammock's there. Kicks it up along the near boards into the neutral zone. Cross to Canterbury. Canterbury backhands it against the far board. Can't catch up to it. Francis gets it. Francis looks up the board to Canterbury. Canterbury on the blue line. Backhands it into the zones. Finley gets hold of it. Now Canterbury's got some room. Now he tries to get to Finley. Grayson up to Canterbury. Canterbury's stick gets lifted. Canterbury's starting along the far wall. Tries to backhand it across. Gets deflected by a Columbus Flames player. Now it's up in the neutral zone, and Grayson's got it. Going to try to keep it along the near wall in the neutral zone. Canterbury's tired. Luke's got to stop. Shot on goal there. Butterfly save. Back into the neutral zone. Canterbury's going to give some pressure against the Columbus player. A little bit of aggression there. Carlson can't catch up to it, and he's looking at the... Got to stop looking, lifts the stick for Mammock. Mammock's able to get hold of it. Zach gives up on it. And 6-7 along the far wall for Columbus, giving Grayson the business. Now it's going to go up against the far wall. Benny comes off because he's exhausted. He knows how to change it. Santos with a backhand. And that gets kicked along the far wall. Defense was on the middle of a change. Simon comes in, still keeping it in the zone. Finley's got to be just as tired as Canterbury was, but he's still out there. He's got to be out of breath. Get that boy some oxygen. Up and past the goalie along the crease across his nose. He smelt the rubber. Now we got a foot chase. And we're going to, no call. They will call it. So there'll be a holding call there. Oh, interference call. So we'll get an interference and on Simon. Simon will head back to the box for the second time today, and Columbus players, parents are very animated here. It's like the World Series for them. Penalty kill, minute 30. Simon's back in the box. Markwell's giving him the what for, as expected. He's shaking his head like, hey, if you can't keep up with him, don't hold him. Let Luke do his job. Or skate faster. Harmon there trying to get it out of the zone. Harmon can't get a stick on it. Now he's trying to kick it behind the back of Luke. True tries to give it chase. Now Harmon picks up his own pass behind the thing. You're doing too much, boy. Play just one position, not all of them. Be a lot better off if we did. Columbus will reset. Coming around coast to coast, right to Harmon. Harmon's got it and gets a stick on it. It bounces off to a Columbus player. Weingarter's out there trying to get it, keep it in the offensive zone during the kill. Remember, you guys are on the kill. 4 for Columbus, puts it on net, and Columbus player comes in late, giving Troop the what for, looking up at him. Troop's like, hey buddy, hey little buddy, just back the hell up. Back up. Yeah, I will drop you. It's exact words. I read his lips from here. He tapped him on the shoulder, said, settle down. You don't come in late on my goalie or I'll drop your ass right here on the spot. 6-7 versus 6-7. Little 6-7 on 6-7 action. It's bouncing puck on the draw. 39 from the point. Up to Zach Carlson. Zach Carlson's up to deflects it up to Poulter. Poulter's there. Poulter's trying to get it up the far wall. He can't handle it. He's having a little trouble today stick handling. I'm not sure what's going on. Get your head up. Look up ice. And penalty kill's over. And back into our zone. Grayson's there. Excuse me, that's Payne. Shot. And the Columbus goalie's going to think, and Poulter's going to get into it. Poulter takes a punch. That kid should be out. Get him out of here. Both of them. Give him a timeout. Idiots. Oh, they don't give Poulter a timeout. So we'll go on the power play. Apologize for the idiot comment, but that was just dumb. I mean, hotheads get you nowhere in this game. Play was well over. And we'll go on the power play. So first power play of the game, you get the power play line out there, right? Well, that's what we would go with, right? Mamick, Carlson, Poulter, Payne, and Madeline. That's the same line that's been out there for a minute and a half. You think we go with some fresh legs on the power play? Guess not. Poulter. Payne just gives up on it. Columbus gets hold of it, gets it out of the zone. Madeline gives chase into the neutral zone. Gonna dump it deep. Look for a change, no change. Carlson with the shot. Hits the goalie. Out to Mamick. Mamick's going to give a shot. Goes into the glove of Columbus. Now we better get a change. Let's put a power play line out there with some fresh legs, coaches. So Canterbury, Finley, Grayson, Simon, and Benji are out there. Now that's a solid power play line. That's your muscle. Let's push some people around. Crash the net. Make something happen here. Grayson will take the draw. He'll win it, but it goes deflects up into Columbus. Columbus gets it. They're going to hit it up the near boards and ice it. And that'll come back down for a reset. We got 2 seconds left on the power play. I personally feel like we wasted it by not having fresh legs from the get-go on the power play, but and at this point in the season, I don't really care if someone else hears about it. That's my thoughts. Pass from Finley with a breakaway hockey. Our defense isn't even paying attention. Luke's able to stop it, and this kid from 39 tries to go in, and that was good play. 39 for Columbus, well after the stop, gets dropped. So Luke's there to make up the difference on there. The power play's over. Luke stops the breakaway, and Finley lays this number 39 completely out for coming in way too late. Columbus tried to do some fancy footwork. 0-0, 4:24 left in the second. Harmon there, stuck in the corner. Mamick poking at it. Gets up to Santos. Santos got room. He gets swallowed up by a bunch of orange and blue. We're coming on the near wall. And out. Troop's there. Troop doesn't even think about skating another inch to not cause. Oh, they didn't call it icing? Now that's on the refs. Thank you, refs. Nolan, even Troy next to me was grabbing his forehead like, oh my God. You could have skated 2 more feet and not got the icing, but they didn't call it. They waved it off. So that's just luck on our end. So they'll reset. We'll get an offensive zone draw. Poulter, Mamick, Payne, Madeline, and Zach Carlson. That get kicked out, and that'll be another icing, and we'll reset. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why Ashton Payne decided to skate his heart out right then. Was it James? Well then, sorry, that was James Mamick. He just decided he was going to stretch his legs. I'm not sure why though. It was an icing as soon as it came off the stick. There was no catching that one. But at least he's warmed up. Poulter's looking. Backhand, a little stick action. Can't get its stick on it. Big kid from Columbus puts a shoulder up on 6'7", and 6'7" can't handle it. 9's got a shot, gets deflected by Carlson. Great stop by Carlson. Madeline's trying to get it around, and that'll be an offsides. They're not going to call it. That was off by a mile. They're letting them play. We'll just take that as a trade-off for that icing we should have had earlier. That gets deflected down off the back, and that is going to score. So your number one line's doing real good out there. And we're going to go down 1-0 in the BTHL first round with 2:52 left in the second. We're going to have to reevaluate our plan here. Luke, I think, had a rebound on it, but lost it. We'll go with Canterbury, Finley, Grayson, Simon, Benji line. I'll update the score. Finley's got it, brings it into the zone. Shot, deflected by... around the backside of the board. Benji, up to Finley. Finley, whistle finally goes. They're gonna give they're attacking Benny. Get him out of here. Same kid's got a hot head. It's like it ain't goalie interference. These people are stupid here. Goalie interference is if we score. So, throws some stuff on Benny. Benny just stands there trying to get out of the way. There was no whistle. Once the whistle blew, Benny backed away, and then some of their kids came in and tried to attack him. They couldn't find they're searching the goalie like he's robbed a convenience store, and the puck was clear out here at the point. I'm not impressed with this. Should have been a call on Ruffin from Columbus, coming in real late and just throwing punches at my kid. Well, maybe that'll light a fire in him, and that did light a fire in him. Benny just lifted his stick and threw the biggest kid on that team down. Ryba blindly passes up the wall, gets it into the neutral zone. Poulter's there. And now we've got a mixed up line. I guess we're gonna go with Poulter back out there with Canterbury with Grayson. Grayson's pinned across against the board and getting poked at. They're poking at it pretty hard. Now they're gonna whistle it dead, and they're gonna reset on the offsides dot near to us. 2:04 left in the second. We'll go for a change now. Trube, Harmon, Weingart, Santos, and Owen out there now. 93 with a shot and a cover. And still going to talk a little trash behind the net. So Owen's getting a little hot. The big boy defenders give him a little tap on the helmet. Calm down, Owen. Calm down. We'll handle it. The refs gives the nod over to Nolan. Nolan takes like a baby step to the left, and then that was funny. Nolan was seriously trolling the ref right there. If you didn't catch it. Anyhow, up along the far wall, 4 for Columbus. Tries to backhand it. That was offsides, no call. 66 back into the neutral zone. Santos giving chase. Santos is always giving it his all when he's on the ice, I've noticed. He does not stop. Still on his ass and still throwing a stick to gets on the puck. Gets kicked around the edge. Zalen there. Lets it get by him. Back to Nolan in the neutral zone. Still on the other side of the ice. Stopped by 93 with Columbus. Nolan, instead of skating, Nolan just sticks a stick at it, pokes at it, pokes at it, pokes at it, pokes at it, and Columbus still comes out with it. Behind the net, and Nolan kicks it up against the glass back to 88 with Columbus and back around the back of the net to Harmon. Harmon's got it. He doesn't know what to do with it, and there goes a shot. And that was 100% on our defense for not doing anything. absolutely nothing going on defense for us right there. So we'll go down 2-0. We might as well call it the weekend. That was just a full-blown meltdown from our defense. I'm not sure what they're doing back there. They gave up on the play. So we'll change it out. Zach Carlson and Mamick out there. Zach's able to deflect it. It goes back behind our net. Out to 39 with Columbus on the point. Madeline's there. She kicks it up and it gets kicked back into the neutral zone. Neutral zone on the wall. Payne's there. Payne tries to get it in our zone. It kicks back out in the neutral zone. We get back on side. We're on. Kick it up to Payne. Payne on the wall. Payne did some fancy stick work and kicks it up into the far corner, the near corner. Still can't get anything working. Finley's behind the net. He centers to Madeline. Madeline's got a shot. Rejected by the goalie. Mamick steps up. Shot. Deflected off the goalie by Mamick's shot from the point, and that'll end the second period. And we're going to go down 2-0 in the second period. We'll go into the third, down 2. And I don't know what the coaches need to do over there, but they're going to have to light a fire in somebody's butt because whatever they're doing isn't working. That was all right, Luke will end up back in our side. We're going to start the period. We're going to change up the lines a little bit. We're going to go with Poulter, Canterbury, Grayson, Carlson, and Mamick on a line. Now, we'll see how this goes. Definitely got defense that's... Poulter puts his check down by accident. Head down, still playing with his head down. Back in our zone. Grayson's got it, looking up the wall to Canterbury. Canterbury lets Grayson take his own pass up the wall. Grayson's gonna do it all himself. I can hear Jessica Francis now, so she's in the house. I'm not sure where she's been. Maybe she's been a little quiet. Matt Francis as well is along the near boards across from the bench. Columbus, Mamick's able to deflect. Up to Poulter. Poulter in the neutral zone, not looking for where the other players are, and takes it off the tip of his stick. And it's going to go in. Carlson's got it. Carlson's up to Mamick. Mamick can't handle it. Back in by Columbus is 6-7. 6-7 gets kicked away by Francis. Mamick's trying to battle in the corner. Again, still in the corner. Grayson's giving it what for? Mamick Carlson comes in. Two big boys on the blue line just hanging out, resting up. Now it gets kicked out to Poulter. Poulter's got room. He looks for Canterbury. Connects with Canterbury. Canterbury can't handle the pass. Grayson backhands it to Canterbury. Canterbury gives a light tap. Not a deep drop. Deep dump. It's kicked out to Carlson. We'll have to reset. Come out of the zone. We're out. Poulter was really slow to get out of the zone. We got to get out faster so we can get it back in. Columbus kicks it back out, and that'll go all the way down for an icing, and we have to have a change by now. The big boys are tired, and the defense has got to be tired. So 10:45 left in the third, 2-0. Axel's the most busiest chatter on YouTube I've ever seen. Oh yeah, he's just all in. All right, well, we got some action in the offensive zone. That goes up to Benji. Benji kicks it up along the wall blindly and goes behind the net. Santos there. Goalie will cover. And we'll reset on the near dot. Somebody run these pistachio donuts down to Matt Francis. He looks hungry. Backhand. Columbus wins the draw. Bring it out of the zone. Cowbells are ringing hard. Wish we could score and shut those things up. That'd be great. Up the near wall. Up to Santos. Santos kicks it in blindly. Gets intercepted, and now Landon's got a stick on it, but couldn't handle it, and gets back up to Columbus. Columbus player tries to kick it up across the neutral zone, and it hits Owen. Near wall to Santos. Santos kicks it in right across the goal line, and that's not a... The goalie put his arm up like that was an icing. That was well inside the line. I'm not sure if he knows what icing is, maybe. And then that'll be on Owen. Columbus will have a pending penalty as Owen ran into one of the Columbus players and they collide. And so we'll be on the PK after an So Owen will come visit the box. We'll go on the kill. 9:30 left in the game. And I guess there's only 1 minute penalties in this. That's why it's so quick. I've never seen a 1 minute penalty. That's insane. Let's 2 minutes in the NHL, 2 minutes in college, 2 minutes in high school, 1:30 in regular season, 1 minute during the BTHL finals tournament. Zamboni gives a stick. I don't know what he's given up on the day, it seems like. I apologize for, critiquing, but guess what? If you're not going to play, I'm going to call you out. He's just whiffing at it. Put a stick on it. Madeline rushes up to the blue line. That gets kicked out wide. Zach will give a chase. Gives up on it as well. Centering pass misses everybody. 67 for Columbus has it. Zaylen has it this time. Gets kicked, tried to kick it out, and that gets deflected down by 67 on our team. Ashton Payne. Ashton Payne's going to bring it up the near wall. Try to get a check there. That's a trip. We will go on a 4-on-4 here for a second. As soon as Columbus touches the puck. And that'll be the end of that. So we'll go on a 4-on-4. I'm not sure how I would put that on here. I guess it'll just be 4-on-4 for 17 seconds. And then we'll be on the power play for the remainder of that, which would be what? Carry the one 43 seconds? Is that right? Puck drop. Columbus wins it. Tries to get it out. Francis there. Finley there. Harmon up the glass. Past Harmon into the neutral zone. Should have been an offsides call. No call. Reach from Grayson. Grayson couldn't get hold of it. Now we're on the power play. And we're not doing anything with the power play. Our coaches are not paying attention, I guess. Should have had a line set up ready for a power play. Hartman's going to try the coast to coast again. Stop wasting time. You're on a power play. Tries to go behind the net to reset. We ain't got time for figure it out. You only got a minute of power play time. Finley knows we're under pressure. We need to get this on the board. He passes it up, goes deep. Francis isn't skating for it. Canterbury's in. He's going to give a little bit of a tap to it. Backhanded along the wall. And now on the power play is over. We're even strength. Columbus. That'll go deep on the far wall to Canterbury. Canterbury's going to bring it around the backside of the net. He loses it. I'm not sure what's up with the kids' sticks today, but they need to put some wax on it or some super glue, maybe some tacky stuff. I'm not sure. Nobody can keep the puck on their stick. Not know what's going on. Mamek there trying to get hold of it. He can't get a puck to even stick to his stick. Canterbury moves in. Now Francis has got room. Francis is going to go to the races. He's going to zip, zap, dibble, double. He goes around the Columbus player, gets a shot high, goes over the net. Poulter there, tries the backhand, doesn't look for where anybody would be. Once again, it's back in the corner. Cross to Canterbury. Canterbury's got a shot low. He goes low, and butterfly save, and they'll kick it out. And that puck's cover it. Luke goes out for the cover late as Columbus is coming in for it. So Columbus had a drive here. Probably had, well, they probably had about the same amount of drive as we did getting here. So 6:44, 2-0 Columbus. Troy's getting antsy. Everybody's looking at the bar afterwards, drink this one away. Unless we can celebrate, that'd be great. Finley with a huge slapper clapper around the back of the boards. Luckily, it does not hit somebody, and they're gonna ice it. I'm not sure why Finley's, excuse me, was that Finley or Simon? Simon with the big clapper, the famous 75-mile-an-hour clapper from behind the net all the way around the boards, all the way down for an icing. Draw. Owen wins it. And that'll go up into the bench. And I'm not sure why they're going to reset it in our zone as it went into our bench. I guess it was shot into our bench in the zone. So they'll bring it back to the far dot. And we'll reset with Owen. Fight along the far wall. Simon with the block. Benji thinking about doing something. Columbus centering pass. Santos there. I smell a goal coming from Columbus here soon if we don't start playing. Up to the point for Columbus. Through everybody, past Luke, luckily wide. We have basically given up on this game at this point the way they're playing. Santos hasn't. Santos crossed up to Landon. Landon couldn't handle the pass in the neutral zone, and that'll get kicked back in deep. Santos does a quick turnaround, and now it's deep. We'll get somewhat of a, Simon will go for a change. Nolan will come on. That gets kicked out right to Nolan. Nolan could do something with it. Let's not ice it, son. There we go. He looks up ice, tries to bring it in. Santos activates off the offense to defense, stands up and takes one to the chest on D. This kid can play every position. 67 trying to do something, puts the biggest kid, 66 for Columbus, puts it in his shoulder and his numbers and pushes him into the glass. Columbus comes away with it behind the glass, and that's going to kick out, and that'll go for an icing, and we'll reset. Hopefully we get a change here on our tired legs. Santos definitely. Finley will come on for Santos. Nolan will stay out there. 6-7 will stay out there. Madeline Hayes will stay out there. And Finley will stay out there once again. 4:53 left in the third, down by 2. Columbus player just lost a tire. Didn't blow one. He just completely lost it. Finley along the wall. Tries to center. Our guys weren't ready for that at all. Columbus's player was ready. And they're going to have a breakaway right here. That goes wide. That kid saw stars. Up to Madeline. Madeline blindly backhands it up to Finley. Finley's got room. Now we're going to play some 10U breakaway hockey. Finley's is knocked away. Madeline kicks it in low. That goes off Nolan. Nolan's got to slap shot it in. Goes off of one of the Columbus players' shin pad and knocks down and back into the neutral zone. I'm not sure why he's slapper clapping, but he did. That pass from Zalen gets intercepted by one who just had the breakaway wide. Had time there, but missed as well. So then now Zalen's going to look up ice. Still looking up ice. Still looking up ice. Let's not be a team player, and we'll lose the puck mid-ice. Now Columbus on a bad change by us. we're in the middle of a change, and I'm not sure why we're changing it while we're in the defensive zone, but that's what we do. Mamek up the wall to Canterbury. Canterbury gets stick lifted. He couldn't handle it. That goes out, and 67's out there with Canterbury. I haven't seen this today. And that'll get kicked out in the neutral zone. Columbus will reset. Canterbury's there. He's going to pass it up along the near board. No icing. And Benny's yelling at somebody. Poulter. There's a high stick on against the wrist of a Columbus player. No call by Poulter with the slash. Gets kicked out. Mamix can't handle it. Columbus is looking up ice now. Canterbury's out. Carlson up to Poulter. Poulter up to Canterbury. Canterbury couldn't catch up to it. Columbus has got it. Now Canterbury gets on a pass, intercepts the pass, shot high, gloved down by the Columbus goalie. That was probably the best shot of the game right there from our side. And Benny went high this time, but that Columbus goalie was looking high. So it'll stay 2-0, 2:36 left in the third. Not the way we thought this game was going to go today, but hey, that's what happens. That's why we play the game. Simon's clapper. Deflected. It was wide and long, all the way down for an icing, and they'll reset. We'll get a change. Benny will come back out. He just came off. I think they're trying to reset their lines for something. I'm surprised we're not taking a timeout, looking at doing something. This is for all the marbles. Benji out there can't do anything with it. He gets knocked out on back into the neutral zone. Benny's hanging out on the near wall, but nothing going on here. He's going to hang out back. He's still hanging out back, looking across, looking for a pass. That'll be a trip. We'll definitely go on the power play on that trip. And as Columbus gets it, go on, Luke! Get off the ice, Luke! Go! So we'll go on the power play for a minute there on a tripping call on now, I'm just saying it. I'm going to say it. They're going to pull Luke. Okay. Before I could say it, they did it. They pulled Luke. That's what you're supposed to do. They're going to pull Nolan. Put Mamek out there. Canterbury comes off. They're going to put the Poulter, Santos, and we win the Weingarter. Out to Mamek. Mamek in deep. Poulter. Cross. Goalie's way out of the zone. I'm not even paying attention with the camera. I'm just watching the game. That's a wide shot. Mamek's got room. Shot. Goal! So he's able to put it in the back of the net. We'll go up. Minute 30 left in the game. And Mamek went from the point with an excellent shot to hold us in this. So, 1:30 left in the game. We're off the power play, and we are now on the board finally. We'll get a timeout, and we get a game plan. Luke will come back in the net. Unfortunately, the way this tournament's set up, even if we win this game, we have already lost this game by the according to the points. Unless we score 3 points in 1:30. So, unfortunately, the way this thing works out is we're going to have to go into the game against Miami and just obliterate them in every period to make up for this game, to have any chance of playing in a championship game tomorrow afternoon. I believe that did Columbus score in the first? Did they score in the first or the second? So they led the second. So we're gonna go with Canterbury, Santos, Owen, and Luke is looking at the bench. As soon as we win the draw, Luke will probably make a run for it. Zaylen's out there, Mamik's out there. Excuse me, that's Zaylen. We do win the draw. They kick it in deep. Luke better be going to the, get him off the ice, coaches, come on now. Yeah, Luke, they're not leaving Luke in. Looking for a game. Now Luke, empty net, adding a player. Now Poulter will come on. That gets kicked out. Mamik's not able to keep it in, and we're gonna have a foot chase from Columbus. They're gonna get a call. We'll get a tripping on Poulter. 1:01 left. Poulter's gonna run to the bench to try to. Who are they gonna put in the bench? They're looking at Poulter because it was Poulter. Yeah, Poulter went to try to run for the bench to hide from that call, but that was tripping all day long. So we'll go on the penalty kill for the rest of the game, unless they score. Not what we wanted. That wasn't in the game plan there. So we'll switch out. Santos comes off, which I'm not sure about that, but they'll pull Benny off. He's not happy about that. I'm not sure what these coaches are thinking. I haven't figured it out all season long. But anyhow, 50 seconds left. Columbus is looking to hold it along the wall. Mamik's got it. He's going to kick it up the far wall. Out to a Columbus player. No look from the pass. Mamik across to Harmon. Harmon's here. Maybe Harmon can do some solo work finally this season. Misses it. Can't even bring it in. Gives it up on it at the blue line. And he hasn't been very effective all day. Harmon again. Behind the net. He's going to look at going coast to coast. Loses the puck again. Throws a cross check. It's kicked out. Up the zone. Up the wall. That was a trip. They're going to call the trip. And so we'll go on 4-on-4 for the remainder of the game. Well, yeah, we could pull the goalie, but as far as the kill is over, back even strength, the trip, which I wouldn't have called that a trip. It was really a squeeze out, and then a little bit of embellishment on the trip. Pull your goalie. Pull your goalie. Yeah, okay, there you go, Kirk. Good job. I'd have pulled him about 5 minutes ago so you could have got somebody out there in time. They're going to put Grayson out. Complete confusion on the bench. Grayson doesn't know what's going on. We don't have any kind of game plan here. The puck's dropped before Grayson even gets in position. Given 13 seconds. Up to the point. They're able to keep it in by Simon. Simon kicks it in, gets kicked out, and it falls out of the zone. That'll be an offsides call with 4 seconds left. And that's pretty much the game. So we'll get a draw. I'm not sure even why they're bothering putting Luke back in net. The game's shot anyways. Get a draw and a shot. That's all you can go for. Zaylen lines up along the far wall. Backhanded shot. That's not going to make it to the net, and that'll end the game. And we'll end it 2-1. And not what we were looking for today. And we'll see you guys tomorrow bright and freaking early for Miami. We'll have to bring it and really bring it, but that pretty much sums up the way this season's been going. Says we had 20 shots to 12 shots, so we had lots of shots on goal, just couldn't find the back of the net. We'll end this broadcast right here for everybody. I'm sure you enjoyed it because I was real positive today.